everybody, welcome back to the Bottom 5 right here on the Dice Tower. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And this is a video within which
Indeed.
we're going to give you our numbers 10 through 6 of our top 10 games from the year 2017.
Yep.
And then, after you get done watching this video, you can go over to the Flipside, which is where we usually put up content, and watch the top 5. How was 2017?
Too easy.
Too easy.
Everybody's going to be like, your list is too
easy.
Yeah, my list is too easy this time. Almost too easy.
Yeah, well,
Probably no surprises here, unfortunately.
A few years ago, like, let's just say 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I think my list would be completely different than what it is now.
Oh, yeah?
I wouldn't say completely different. There will be some crossovers between, 2019 me and 2024 me. I think there are definitely ones that have dropped out just because I haven't played them since I played them back then.
If I played all these back then, it'd be the same order today.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just consistent. Look at you.
I do have to note two things so I don't get murdered in my sleep.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
One
in your
is...
sleep.
Yep. One is Gloomhaven is not on my list, people. I'm very, very sorry.
I got you back on that one.
It's like a 3 out of 10.
I'm not even sorry about it.
Yeah.
Not on my list either. I've played the game exactly once. Tom confiscated it after that, and I haven't seen it since.
That's not true. You played it again with me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Gloomhaven?
Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
No.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did.
When?
In like 2020. 2019, 2020.
Gloomhaven?
You played with Mel and I. Yep. And after that play, I sold it.
Well, that just further solidifies why it's not on my list, because I completely forgot about the fact that I had played it with him.
You did. You played it with Mel and I. And my other note is Clans of Caledonia has been one of my grail games for a long time. I haven't played it yet, so it's not on my list. As far as the top 1,000 of BGG, 73, which is our highest so far.
Yeah.
And above our average, we need 72.5 every year to...
So we made up for some of them other years.
So we got 73 this year.
All right.
2017 was a good year. That's all I can say.
To further quantify that, page 15 is where the non-ranked games started showing up.
What, 15?
Page 15.
Oh, that's two more betas than last time.
Circa 1,450 games in the top 26,268 games that are ranked on Board Game Geek. So, as we said last time, I think these numbers are just going to keep tracking upward.
Yep.
But
that's pretty impressive. 15
all that being
pages.
said, yeah, very impressive year. So let's go ahead and get to our bottom 5 games from 2017. That is 10 through 6. My numero 10. I know that's not how you say it in Spanish.
No.
I'm just being stupid.
Nope, that was French. I'm pretty sure.
Nope, it wasn't French. French doesn't sound anything like anything else. So, all right, my number 10 is a game that was one of the first games that came with a game trays storage solution, and I was completely enamored with that game trays storage solution, and I continue to be enamored with most of what Game Trays comes out with. This one, however, is called Wasteland Express Delivery Service. It is just a pick up and deliver game. You have contracts that you have to fulfill. There's some bad guys you have to fight throughout the way, but at its core, it's simply a pick up and deliver game, but it is set in a very visceral apocalypse. And the artwork is very gritty.
Nice.
And they did a really good job of it as well. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. It's got a lot of really neat little miniatures for your cars and trucks and that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's if I remember correctly, that's the only miniatures that are in the game. It's the actual cars or vehicles that you as the player are using to go around, to travel around in. Nice. There may have been some other ones that were in there, but I haven't played it in a long time. But I do remember really liking this game. It has a lot of really cool stuff going on to it. It is just a pick up and deliver, but
you don't own it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Unfortunately, man, I wish I did. Just for the sheer bling factor of the storage solution on the inside and the components. It's a really nice game, but
Good thing I don't buy games just for that. I have enough problems as it is.
he kind of does.
No, that's not just for that.
But anyway,
would
Wasteland
triple.
Express delivery service is a very fun thematic game. I really like it as my number 10.
Nice. My number 10 is My Jurassic Park in a Box. And that is Dinosaur Island. Or at
Dinosaur
least the
Island.
first Jurassic Park in a box for me.
Yeah.
I don't wonder what Dinogenics came out. I don't remember. But anyways, I like Dinosaur Island.
I think
Dinosaur
I like
Island.
Dinogenics better, but I did
That's
like
a pretty
Dinosaur
good one.
Island.
Yeah. I like Dinogenics too, but I like Dinosaur Island. Dinosaur Island's a worker placement game where you are collecting amber dice with DNA on them, just like in Jurassic Park, so you can combine the DNA, create your creatures, you build their structures, you put them in, so that you can gain, visitors and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep your security levels up, otherwise you have a security breach, and that's never good.
Watch the movie. You'll
Watch
find out
the
why
movie.
why that's important.
That's never good. But it's just a really good worker placement game. You're building your dino park. You're adding more dinos. You're getting to pick which kinds you make and making all those good decisions. People do say that the color scheme of it's a little weird color scheme because it's got like that pastel color scheme.
It's 80s.
Yeah. But
It's like the 80s style.
I don't mind it. And I really like those amber dice. But anyway, that's my number 10, Dinosaur Island.
Is that Pandasaurus?
Yeah.
I think both of ours was Pandasaurus. I'm pretty sure Wasteland Express was Pandasaurus.
Oh, it might be.
I
That's
can't
cool.
remember. It's right down here.
Nice.
I might be wrong.
Yep, my
But,
number 10, Dinosaur Island.
Good pick. Good pick.
Making them rackers.
Yep. All right. My number 9, I was actually at the release party for this at Gen Con. And was super. I was like in awe. It's first one of those things I had ever been to.
2017?
Yep, in 2017.
All right.
And, well, it was probably 2016. No, I mean, the Gen Con was probably at 2016.
Right. Yep.
But Mythic Battles Pantheon. Love this game. And I actually was gifted a full version of it just a few days ago.
Right there, still in shrink.
About a month ago, actually. And it's still in shrink. I haven't really broke into it, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm itching to do it because I really did enjoy the game. I really enjoyed the dice mechanism, which was kind of hard to wrap my head around to begin with. I remember struggling with that, but once it clicked, it was really good. I love the team composition or building that happens before and after the game, because you can pretty much use whatever you'd like to do to make whatever team that you want to make in the game. You just have a number of points to work with, and I loved that. I love composing a team to go against your team, but there's like a lot of miniatures involved, different levels of characters. You have your actual gods that you can use, and then you have fighters that are below them in different
Is this like Hero
areas.
Escape 2.0 or what?
I guess that's a way to put it. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me.
Okay, fair.
But
I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's a way to say it. I mean, you have your team of miniatures that all have their own little special abilities, just like Hero Escape does.
Yep.
And you're battling each other across the landscape or battlefield, whatever you want to call it. And the miniatures are outstanding.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're gorgeous.
Benoit did a great job. Benoit Vogt did a great job designing this game. Really enjoyed it a lot. Have not been able to get a hold of Ragnarok, and I've been frothing at the mouth. That's an overstatement. But watching people play theirs, and Z is actually saying that he's really enjoying Ragnarok.
Isn't it called Mythic Battles Ragnarok?
Mythic Battles Ragnarok, yeah.
Huh.
This is like
That's
Greek
cool.
pantheon.
Yeah.
And
Which
Ragnarok,
we all know from Divinus is better.
Shush.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shush.
Well,
That's my number 9. We're going to move on now. Mythic Battles Pantheon.
nice. That's cool. And gorgeous miniatures.
Yes.
All right. My number 9 is the OG of a series that I love, and a lot of us love probably, and that is Azul, the first Azul. Now, compared to the other ones, the first Azul kind of fell back a little bit, but the first Azul was so much fun. I still own it. I have all 4 of them, actually. I don't have the chocolate ones, so I don't have all 5. Or the mini ones, so I don't have all 6. Wait a second. They just keep coming. But the original Azul, super cool. You're just building this little tile mosaic by collecting tiles of different numbers. You have to draft them from the middle or draft them from the floor. But it's just a really cool game. A really visceral game, or a really tactile game with those cool pieces and everything else. But Bakelite, yeah. Just a good game all the way around. Azul will be around in some form forever, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it has that much staying power?
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Well, I'm definitely of the opinion that the sum of the sequels were much better than the
first one. There's a lot of people that like the first one the best, but I don't know. I think it's a quantity of how many times you play it at that point, because the first one can get a little samey, but.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I like the theming around the rest of them. I guess the mosaic flooring and all that kind of stuff just didn't really match. But I love the stained glass one. The stained glass one is the one that's my favorite.
Sure. Well, and you have all the different.
I think yours is the Queen's Garden.
Garden's my
favorite. Your favorite,
and then stained glass. But even with the original, they have either you can use the backside where you can create your own pattern instead of having the identical pattern, which can be more thinky. It's also more scoring because everybody's building their clumps a little bit better. But there's also the expansion that had different kinds of boards that did different things. So
never played any
there's
of
some
that.
change to all of that. It also had a little, not a plastic cover, but a little, it might be like a, yeah, it's probably, I guess it would be plastic, but a little clear plastic cover that holds all of the pieces in the grids and stuff.
That's cool.
So.
All right, that's a good pick. I don't know that. I mean, I didn't include it on my list, but had like stained glass come out this year, it probably would have made my list. My number 8 is a little game about spatial organization and making a wildlife attraction park so that everybody can come check out your bears.
Oh, yeah.
Bärenpark.
Yep.
Bärenpark is a really fun game. I really enjoy spatial organization games anyway, but I liked the theme of building your little wildlife nature preserve for the bears and pulling in all of these different bears to come be parts of your attractions in your little park. I really enjoyed that game. I'd say it's a 45 to 60 minute game, if that much.
Sure.
Probably closer to 45 minutes. And that's another thing that I like about it. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Just a lot of cool, I like spatial organization like Azularetto, Tenpenny Parks.
And it holds up to
all of that kind of stuff.
Even the newer stuff, it still holds up.
Yeah, absolutely. It still holds its own even now. So I just really enjoy this game. I don't know. The artwork was neither here nor there. It just kind of has that old feel to it. The artwork does. The graphic design does. But it's the kind of game where I don't really care. It would have been cooler had it had better artwork, but it doesn't really matter to me.
Don't say that. They're going to do a giant version. They probably will. Giant deluxe Bärenpark.
Why do you think I said that?
Grizzly Park, they're going to call it.
Let Arcade Wonders take care of it.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway, that is my number 8.
That's a pretty good number 8.
Bärenpark.
I didn't even think about it. We didn't talk about it here, but in this entire list, I think max of 2 crossovers. And that might be pushing it.
2 cross max?
Max.
I don't... I say 2.
All right. Well, my next game is from Renegade Games and Foxtrot Games. It has a fox in it in a forest.
Fox in the forest.
Called A Fox in the Forest. 2-player trick-taking game. I think this might be my first experience with a 2-player trick-taking game.
Well, it's like one of the first two-player trick-taking games.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I think it's my first experience with two-player trick-taking game, and this is a fantastic game. This game is awesome. It's definitely thinky. It's a game where you're trying to win more tricks than the other player, but to do so, all of the odd-numbered cards have special abilities, so... You know, you could play a card that says the lower person wins, or you have to swap a card, or you get to change the trump, or you get to do all these kind of things. It's really thinky. It's really fun. It's a great two-player trick-taking games, and maybe it led to a whole bunch more great two-player trick-taking games.
I think this is one of the first ones that
this is an awesome game.
Again, I'm not a trick-taking person. Generally speaking, I enjoy trick-taking games, but I'm not a connoisseur of them at all. But I remember Z showing me this in an airport when it first came out, and he was enamored with it. And I want to say that it was probably one of the first, or at least one of the first that became popular.
First one I remember, yeah.
Yeah, so that's totally valid.
Yep, so my number 8, The Fox in the Forest.
Fox in the Forest. All right, cool. My number 7 is, I believe, going to be one of our first crossovers.
Okay.
And that is Clank in Space.
Maybe.
It is.
Maybe.
It's going to be.
Spoilers?
Now,
No.
we talked about Clank, a deck building adventure game. Or a deck building adventure. Sorry, it doesn't have the word game on it. We talked about that. What was it, last year? Or was it the year before?
I think it was last year.
I think it was last year, 2016.
Yep, 2016.
And we both had it on our list there. This one I actually like more than the original Clank because I like the space theme a lot better. And I also like all of the tongue-in-cheek references to all of the different space sci-fi IPs that they have in the game. I also like the fact that what was it? The teleportation places that were on the board that would allow you to go from here to way over here and all of this other kind of stuff. I really enjoyed a lot of the different sci-fi aspects of this game, which tracks because I usually like sci-fi stuff better than fantasy stuff anyway. And so it holds true that I like this one a little bit better than Clank.
I wasn't listening to you. Did you say you liked the locks too?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I kind of missed a little piece.
I wasn't listening to you.
I was looking to see if 2016. I didn't realize they came out that close together. Honestly, 16 and 17.
Right.
But the other thing about this one,
the locks is the cool thing. I liked the jumping, the teleportation places, and I also loved the locks.
Yeah, you had to go to 2 terminals, get 2 cubes before you could unlock to actually go get a treasure. So running down and grabbing a treasure and running out
off the table,
no longer a thing.
Yep, and that's what I liked about it. That's one of the main reasons why I liked it better than the original.
And the variability of the board, because it is a modular board.
Yep. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a crossover, so we'll talk more about it when it comes up on his list.
It might be. All right. Well, that's a good number 7.
It is.
But it's too low.
It probably is. Yeah.
All right. My number 7 is guaranteed not to be a crossover.
I might differ.
It's called Rajas of the Ganges.
Definitely not a crossover.
Yeah. By Inca and Marcus Brand. Rajas of the Ganges is a worker placement game with colorful dice. And you're taking the dice and the workers. You're creating your own. It's not a plantation. Your own. You have your own board. I can't remember what it's called. I'll think of it in a minute. But you're putting these tiles down and you're creating this. You're creating. You're gaining all of these markets that have different goods so that you can sell them, so you can make money. You're also going to different spots on the board. You're going up this river, which just every time you go up the river, there's a different token you can get. You can get more workers as you get higher in the river and do other things. But it is a great, great worker placement game. Mm-hmm. It has that track. It's probably the first time you see the track where your influence goes around one way and your money goes around the other. And when they meet, that's when the game ends. the one that's now famously in Arc Nova. The trick is if you're spending your money, it's coming back down, so you're having to manage all of that. But it's all about placement of dice and using these dice and your workers to kick some booty.
I love worker placement. I really do.
Yep.
But that
you don't like that track thing.
mechanism, dude.
It's
why?
Cool. It's very cool.
No, it's not.
What is it called?
You keep on using that word.
See if I wrote it down.
Do not think it means what you think it means.
Building your province. I actually put it on here, so I want to remember. It's called your province. But anyway,
I was close with village.
You're creating your own board with tiles.
Province is just a large village.
And you're creating this province and trying to be the best of the Rajas, I guess.
Yep. You're supposed to be the best
most
Raja.
Influential, most
in the
money.
Ganges.
Yeah, beautiful game.
All right, we'll let that go. My number 6, my last one for this portion of the top 10. This number 6 is, I believe, going to be our second crossover.
Oh my goodness.
And if it is our
too low.
second crossover, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the only one.
Okay.
Sagrada.
Oh.
Sagrada is going to be, it's going to be our crossover. If it's not on your list, I will cry foul.
It's number 11.
No.
It's number 11. It's right there below Dinosaur Island.
You are such a nerd.
It's number 11. Sagrada's a fantastic game.
He plays
it
this
really
so
is.
many times.
Well, I used
He's
to.
probably tired of it.
I'm burned out.
He's probably tired of it. That's why it's not on there. All right, well then I don't
After
think
72
we're going to have one
plays,
crossover then. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
I don't think you're going to have anything else. Now,
All
my
right.
top 5 is stellar,
Oh, boy.
and it's not going to be anywhere
All
near
right.
your top 5.
Sagrada is a good pick.
I love Sagrada. It's such a beautiful game, first of all. All of those different colored dice. Love it. Love it. And I know they're just dice.
Yep.
I get that. But there's so many different facets to it. I love the different ways that you can score points throughout the game, and how the way I score points in this game might be different in the next game that I play. I love that. I love the fact that you can each start with your own tableau, I guess what it's called, your own little player board, and
With different patterns.
on it. I love that
Different
because
difficulties.
it makes me so much more different than everybody else, and I love it when games do that. There's just so many, and it's generally a fast game. Now, you can get people that will overthink it, and it'll stretch the game out that way. But generally speaking, I think it's a very fast game. You roll your dice, you pick the ones that you're going to choose. Everybody has the opportunity to pick 2 each round, and you're just trying to build your own little stained glass thing.
Yep.
Love it. And it's such a beautiful game, such an easy game. I have everything that you can have for it, and I really enjoy it. So that's my number 6, Sagrada.
And the nice thing about Sagrada is it's a pretty easy game anyways, but if you want to play it with really new players, you can leave the tools out, you can do different things to modify that difficulty. Play the first game with no tools, it goes nice and fast, and add tools in and teach them how that works.
And it's got a really good app online too.
The app's
you got to pay for it. It's not free, but it's only like $4 or $5 or something like that. So it's not that bad, and it's a great way to play a good thought-provoking game as you're sitting on the airplane.
This is my Dice Tower cruise after a long day right before bed. A couple games of Sagrada.
There you go.
All right, my number 6, the last one on this list, is not as pretty as Sagrada, but it is no less thought-provoking, and it's a game called Ethnos.
Ooh.
Ethnos is an area control game. At its core, you're trying to control an area, but you're doing that through set collecting. And what makes the set collecting in this game really good is the fact that as you set collect, you can either lay down all of the same color or you can lay down all of the same type of card. But the card that's on top is the leader, and that's going to dictate where you can put your token out for area control. The areas have 3 different levels. First player will get this, second player will get this, third player will get this kind of thing. And those are all variable, so they'll change throughout the game or through And then there's also multiple races, and you're only going to put so many of those races together in one game. So there's lots of different combinations. But once you play your set down, you don't have this cool hand that you're working on another set. You have to put that hand out there and let everybody can now take from them. So you don't want to, if you're collecting and collecting and collecting to get the perfect set, you're going to put down 4, 5, 6 cards that everybody now has perfect information for drafting for their perfect sets. So it's a really cool balance. I think that piece in itself and that type of set collection is what makes this game really zing for me. Because having to think through what you're giving everybody else can be mind-blowing.
Which is why I don't like playing the game.
It's such a cool game.
Yeah.
If there was ever, I think we've talked about this before, but if they ever came out with some deluxeified, gorgeous version of this, I would be all in twice. Yep.
There's a lot of people out there that probably would be in there, because I think there's a lot of people that really enjoy this game.
Yep.
Just the one detractor from it is that it's kind of ugly.
It's not very pretty.
It's kind of ugly. So if they fix that issue, I think they'll probably have a lot of return customers.
Pretty please.
And a lot of new ones.
I'm begging, Mr. Mori.
Don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Well, that's our bottom 5 of 2017. The good thing is, our top 5 is just a couple of clicks away over on the Flipside. You can go over there right now because it is made available right now. So, we'll see you guys and gals on the Flipside. Take care.
Thanks for joining us on the Dice Tower. Later.